In this video, I will give an example of a direct proof and an indirect proof and show their differences and similarities. For this example, let's say you and your friend bought tickets to go to an art festival. When you arrive at the event, there is no one there, so you both try to find out what happened. As you're talking, your friend makes the argument, well, if the art festival were today, there would be hundreds of people here, so it can't be today. Your argument is, well, the date on your tickets say that it's for tomorrow, so the art festival can't be today. Let's look at these two responses in a deeper way. So let's take a look at the proof strategies that I have on the website or interactive module here. So I know I listed 3 types on the website, and technically there are only 2, but as you can see, I'm going to hit down here that there is a proof by contradiction that is kind of in itself an indirect proof. And so we're going to hit what a direct proof is first. So a direct proof is a way of showing the given statement is true or false by a straightforward combination of facts without any further assumption. So basically what this is saying is like there's a linear path here. Let's say we are given a statement and we're trying to prove something true. Basically, a direct proof means we have a direct path in order to do that. We don't need to assume any further assumptions. We have basic facts already that we can use in order to get from our given statement and prove it true. And so how this contracts with an indirect proof is an indirect proof relies on a contradiction to prove a given statement by assuming the statement is true, and then you run into a contradiction proving that the given statement must be true. So this is why proof by contradiction, it technically falls under indirect proof, but it's good to know that is kind of within an indirect proof. It's good to know the direct proof, an indirect proof, and then more specifically a proof by contradiction. So an example of this we will be given shortly. So let's say in this example, your friend, they are trying to decide if the art festival was today or not, and so they are going off of this approach to find out. They're saying, if the art festival was today, there would be hundreds of people, so it can't be today. And then your approach would be, well, the date on the tickets is for tomorrow, so the art festival is not today. So what are the key differences here? One of these arguments relies on assumption, and the other relies on facts. And can you guess which one relies on assumption and which one relies on facts? It's going to be your friend who relies on assumptions, because they assume, well, if the art festival was today, we're assuming that there would be hundreds of people. There, they just arrived at a contradiction, because if it were today, there'd be hundreds of people, and so then they realize that their statement is true, so it can't be today. And you relied on direct facts. You looked on an established date on the ticket. The date on the ticket is for tomorrow, so the art festival is not today. So you already used facts that were predetermined and established, rather than your friend who used an assumption and then arrived at a contradiction to prove that this is not, that the art festival is not today. So the similarities between these are, they're both correct. You both arrived at the same correct answer, that the art festival was not today, because it just depends on the type of technique you use. Your friend used an indirect proof by contradiction, and she arrived at the same correct conclusion, and you used a direct proof, and you also arrived at the same conclusion. And so both strategies can sometimes be used for the same proof, and then other times one or the other is favorable or maybe the only option.